by a French dramatist, but it's been translated by Sir Tom Stoppard, and unusually they got on very well during this process. Usually the chap that's written it falls out with whatever the translator wants to do with it. So we're in France, where the play is set in 1959, and there First World War veterans were very often retired relatively early, and they could spend the rest of their lives in either soldiers' hospitals or military retirement homes, and just spend the rest of their lives there, really.
It's strange, really, because, of course, these days I find myself usually trying to look younger than I really am, but this is a rare exception. He is an old soldier, as all the characters are in this play, and he's a fascinating man. We know very little about him. We know that he was a decorated war hero. He's a man, clearly, who was courageous and very, very active. So what does it do to that man to be living in what is an old veteran's home with two others of a similar background? He's very frustrated. He's bitter. He takes things out on his colleagues and his friends. He can't be a very nice man to spend very much time with. And indeed, he professes not to enjoy spending time with his friends. At one point he says that he comes to the terrace merely to bore himself with their company. So he's a fascinating man, but they all are. They all have a past. They all have ambitions, which didn't come to anything.
So our three veterans have been in their retirement home for a differing number of years. Philippe has been there 25 years, Henri has been there 10, and Gustave is a relative newcomer. He's only been there 6 months. And these three form a sort of a friendship, and they've commandeered for themselves the exclusive use of the terrace at the back of the home, to which everybody else is excluded. And they spend their days bickering, reminiscing, talking about the young women they remember, and talking about Sister Madeleine, who's the person in charge. Now, Sister Madeleine, I see very much as a Hattie Yates sort of a character, but as she doesn't appear, you can imagine what you like.
And there they are, in a very humdrum life. It's a play in which, superficially, nothing much happens, but such a lot happens in the mind. This is all about their fantasies, their dreams, their ideas, and some of their ideas become quite bizarre, and that's where the humour of the play lies.
We chose it to fit a very specific set of criteria. It's the summertime, so it had to be a very small cast. We had to have, we wanted a comedy. We had to have an uncomplicated set, no props or few props. We had to have a very uncomplicated sound and lighting plot because we were taking it to Germany in September, where it was going to be performed as part of the celebrations for Paderborn's 40 years twinning with Bolton. Also, these actors had to be willing and able to have 5 days in Germany in September.
Going to Germany is an additional appeal. I'd have gone a long way to play the part anyway, but going to Germany is a plus. I've never been to Paderborn. I've been to parts of Germany on holiday, but our twin town is new to me. So I'm very much looking forward to going there, making new friends, playing on a German stage for a German audience. How that will be, I don't know. The one thing I can confidently say is that I'm sure their English will be better than my German, because that's pretty non-existent. But yes, it's another interesting, challenging thing to look forward to.
What I like about the play is what it actually says about age, because these three bored old men come to life when they suddenly plan an expedition, and the expedition is to get out of the place and escape from the nuns who are, limiting what they want to do. So they're energized and they come to life as much as you can with 1.5 legs and a piece of shrapnel in your brain. Now, I haven't mentioned the role of the dog. Here he is. He could even be a scene stealer. is unnamed at present, but definitely is part of the action. And most importantly, he will fold down to fit in a suitcase for his flight to Germany.
Because as we join these men on their flights of fancy, their dreams of escape, their dreams of young girls, it becomes increasingly comic, but touching. It's a fine play, and I'm really pleased to be part of it.